Irashaimase, minasan konbanwa. Welcome and good evening to you all. I apologize for my bad Japanese, but welcome on the Okayama International Circuit, for us European, previously known as TI Circuit Aida. If there's a track that to me deserves much more consideration than many others, more boring, especially for Formula 1 fans in the recent period of Formula 1, especially also within the Tilke period, one of the worst, I think. The Okayama International Circuit, before 2005 known as TI Circuit Aida, is a 3.7 kilometers, 2.3 miles private motorsport racetrack in Mimasaka, Okayama Prefecture, Japan. TI, or TE, was the abbreviation of Tanaka International, after the name of the golf club owner Hajime Tanaka-san. The first critic, first blame claim arrived by Formula 1 drivers that here presented with the Formula 1 second race in the championship of 1994. The first comments were, "What a beautiful track, it's just almost impossible to arrive and to be easily, from a logistic point of view, arranged to race here." So the Pacific Grand Prix was raced in that Formula 1 94 season. The Japanese Grand Prix was still at Suzuka. The year after, 95, Formula 1 returned here instead of doing it in April. The appointment was moved at the end of the season, almost. But after 95, Formula 1 never returned. The racetrack was opened in 1990 as a private motor racing track for the wealthy. Soon it hosted its first race, staged by veteran British drivers. In 94 and 95, as said, was within the Formula 1 season. For the first time, both events won by Michael Schumacher, and this race made the country of Japan one of only 9 countries to ever host more than one Formula 1 event in the same year. Also because Autopolis was planned to host a second Japanese race in 93, but it never came to fruition. The TI Circuit Aida was discontinued primarily due to its location in a remote area of the country. The event was also planned to host a race of the 96 International Touring Car Championship in August to replace the Formula 1 race, but then the ITCC was raced in Suzuka in November. In March 2003, the Tanaka International Company, parent company of the official circuit owner TE or TI Circuit Company, applied for civil rehabilitation. After the application, Unimat Holding Co. Limited announced that it would financially support the TI Circuit Company in keeping the facility open. The company was renamed Okayama International Circuit Co. Limited, and on the 1st of May 2004, the circuit was renamed Okayama International Circuit, starting from January 1st, 2005. We quickly go to the 26th of October 2008, where the circuit hosted a round of the Formula V6 Asia in the FIA World Touring Car Championship, and the WTCC race was the first FIA World Championship race since 95. It was then announced, however, on June 21, year 2010, that the Suzuka circuit would host the Japan round of the 2011 WTCC season, instead of the Okayama International Circuit. Finally, on the 3rd of March 2012, Unimat sold the circuit to Asuka Corporation, an auto parts manufacturing company. Current events here are in April the Super GT, in June the Formula Regional Japanese Championship, in August the GT World Challenge Asia, GT4 cars. In September, the Super Formula Lights and the MFJ Superbikes. In October, the Super Taiku. Here happened the Asian Le Mans Series, the 1000 kilometers of Okayama, year 2009. Formula 4 Japanese Championship, Formula BMW Pacific, Formula Toyota, Formula V6 Asia, Japan Le Mans Challenge, the Super Formula Championship, and as said, the World Touring Car Championship, Race of Japan 2008 and 2010. The All Japan Sport Prototype Championship never happened here, and by then the Group C, the IMSA GTP, and in general the World Sports Car Championship was demised, thanks to what Bernie Ecclestone did with the power to year by year reduce the interest in prototypes and World Sports Car Championship in favor of his baby, Formula 1, an easy TV product to sell. But luckily today we are here. Driving on this track is absolutely beautiful. If you have the opportunity, download it from race department or from the web in general, and maybe you will let me know if you like it or not. So let's go briefly in the menu to present the cars available today. Then we will try our usual one-shot qualifying session. Welcome again. Konbanwa. Cars selection will start today from the GT cars re-added to spice up a bit the field, also because we had up to 42 slots. I've used 40 of them just to create a bit of excitement or anyway challenges for everybody driving prototypes, like we have seen in the first episode at the Autopolis facility. So the Honda Racing will bring a GT1 NSX naturally aspirated, still in the same class Nissan Skyline R33 and two Toyotas Supra of the Team Toms. Also a slow mobile chicane, moving chicane or movable chicane. From the year 94 and 95 we have the concept racing team running an NSX GT3 against Nakajima official Honda race team, and the team Kunimitsu will bring from two different years the same GT3 model, just different sponsorship, but they are in the mix to create a bit of mess. We will then get one GTP car, the Nissan R90 CP, but also the ZX-T, respectively year 87 and 89, seen in US for the IMSA GT Camel Championship, run by the American equipe Electromotive Engineering with the number 83 and 84. Going back, we are going to have Derek Daly here at the wheel. The teammate will be Forbes Robinson. The Nissan R90 will have instead the equipe seen at Le Mans, so Azemi-san, Oshino-san and Suzuki-san. For the Honda's GT3, instead, we will see Okada and Shimizu-san. There isn't indicated the driver for the Nakajima Honda GT3. The team Kunimitsu will bring Takahashi-san, Tsuchiya-san and Ida-san. We will close from year 95, again with the same equipe, running the updated livery for year 95. Toyota Supras instead will bring JJ Leto and Yannick Talma, a Finnish and a French driver with the number 36. The number 37 will have a full French equipe, Pierre-Henri Raffanel and Philippe Alliot, number 37. Nissan Skyline will have Suzuki and Kageyama-san. The number will be the 23, but will be the only Nissan Skyline available. The GT1 Honda NSX will have instead, with the number 46, Okada-san, Hattori-san and the Swiss Pascal Favre. We now move to the prototypes, showing the Jeff Krosnoff Silkat Jaguar. The Mazda 787 will have the renowned white and pale blue colored model 787 with the Belgian Dudon and the Irish Kennedy. A more renowned for the game of words paint scheme, the one winning at Le Mans. At the wheel, two Japanese drivers, Yorino-san and Ota-san. The last Mazda will be still the 787 with this time Yorino-san and Terada-san. Numbers are 202 both, but this one will come from the year 91, the previous one from the year 90. The year 90 had more green in the paint scheme, as you can notice here. Here the majority of the rear cover is orange, here was green. It's not difficult to spot instead the 201 white with pale blue sponsorship. Still Mazda with the MXR01. We have the number 6 and number 5. The number 6 seen at Le Mans will have Sala, Yorino-san, Terada-san. The number 5. Same paint scheme. I do not remember, I apologize, the real names involved, but I'm not sure they were the same, to be fair, because the year was the same. Nissan, we will drive this beauty, specifically built and run just once before the demise of the Group C and before all the turmoil had by Nissan at the beginning of the 90s, that then, if you remember, has developed into the acquisition of Nissan by the Renault Group years after. But from the year 93 there was his V12 naturally aspirated engine, 3.5 liters, declared having 630 best horsepower at 11 RPM, someone said 12,000 RPM, torque around 400 kilograms, the weight was just 755 empty, so with no oil, with no fuel. She was wearing a Bridgestone Potenza tires, and unluckily nowadays can be seen just in a Nissan museum in Japan or raced as a WSC car without the roof and powered by a Ferrari V8 engine naturally aspirated in some auto club private sports weekend, because this car, having been demised both in Japan and in Europe and in US, was anyway built by the Electra Automotive race team we have seen with the Nissan ZX-T, an American equipe that did run at the end of the 80s and at the beginning of the 90s in the IMSA GT Camel Championship. All the cars coming from Nissan, but at the end of that program, when this car was built to be finally raced, the racing team was anyway demised as well, leaving 250 people without a job. But before closing all the effort, the car has been transformed from this into a world sports car vehicle that unluckily anyway didn't have the space, the time and the funds especially to race even in US. Prior to this specific Nippo P35 model, there was the normal, let me say, P35 that was the beginning for this particular project to run anyway a V12 3.5 liters naturally aspirated to battle cars like the Toyota TS010 or all the European Peugeots, Porsches and so on, with a not against the rule naturally aspirated V10 or V12 engine. Nissan will bring also the R90 CK, who will have 4 cars, because the situation of Nissan in our fake ranking championship is quite dramatic, so we will try to score points for the Japanese giant. We start with the equipe Blandel-Bailey-Brancatelli, seen at Le Mans. Was also, if I'm not wrong, the pole sitter of the 1990 24 Hours of Le Mans. I may be wrong, but I will check it. Number 25. At the wheel we will have Exxon, Olivier Grouillard and Martin Donnelly. Same year, same car, number 25. Then seen in the Japanese Sports Car Championship with Gary Brabham, Robinson and Derek Daly, and also at Le Mans. Number 84, same year, same car, Earl, Rowe and Millen at the wheel. We will see also the R90 CP, Nissan Motorsport ER92 from the Camel GT in a GTP version. So sorry for the Group C definition in the menu, my mistake. At the wheel, Asemi, Oshino, Suzuki-san and the Swede Olofsson. Let's start with Porsches, the CK6 model from the Porsche Kremer Racing, again seen at Le Mans. At the wheel, Reuter, Nielsen and the Italian Giovanni Lavaggi. The 962C will bring a lot of model. We start from the Japanese Team Tyson Klepper, just a privateer outfit with the support of the Yokohama tire brand. Then the Jost Porsche, the Blaupunkt sponsorship with Johnny Winter and Dickens at the wheel. The Team Chopin with the Takefuji sponsorship will bring Haywood, Wayne Taylor and Rydell at the wheel of this beautiful livery. We go on, Richard Lloyd Racing, driven by John Watson, Bruno Giacomelli and the Canadian Berg, seen at Le Mans. The Alpha Racing team, again at Le Mans, battling with Tiff Needell, Sears and Reed. Beautiful, beautiful livery. The Trust Racing team with the sponsorship of Niseki. At the wheel, two Swedes, Olofsson, Ansgar and the South African Fouché. Finally, the Team Chopin Omron sponsored with two Swedes, Egg and Danielson, respectively from 91, 90, 90, 90 and again 19 for the Alpha Racing team, 91 for the Trust Racing, again 1990 for the Omron Racing Team Chopin. We go then with Toyota. The model is the 90 CV. At the wheel, Pierre-Henri Raffanel, Roland Ratzenberger, ciao Roland, and Nagasaka San. Beautiful car, very powerful, seen in the year 1990. An evolution of that model, Trust Racing with the Nisso sponsorship. Fouché and Ansgar we have seen before, also driving a Porsche, this time with this beauty. We close then the prototype category with a bunch of Toyotas from 91 to 92. Let's start with the 92. The TS010 with Joe Fleece, David Brabham and Ukyo Katayama-san at the wheel with the number 7. Number 8 with a different paint scheme. We'll see Jan Lammers, Andy Wallace, one of my heroes, and Theo Fabio. Number 8, pale blue, where the original one was red. Still 92, the blue colored, seen at Le Mans, with Sekiya-san, Pierre-Henri Raffanel and Kenneth Hexon. Year 93, we have the evolution of the model seen before, refined in the aerodynamics. Joe Fleece and David Brabham inside the cockpit. Year 91, with Sekiya, Suzuki-san and Eddie Irvine. Finally, another 93 model, and finally this version without the names of the drivers, so sorry because I do not remember who was at the wheel. As said, the first 3 are from year 92, then 91, 93, 91. So we go back to select our Nissan Nippo P35 specific that ran just in one occasion on the Mine racetrack. So this time choosing the TI Aida 05 2005 version. So maybe it is not a real simulated reproduction of those years, also because the All Japan Sport Prototypes Championship never raced currently on the TI Aida circuit, but the circuit, it is so beautiful that I wanted to bring anyway all the Japanese championship prototypes here and there on this beautiful venue. 1 hour of race, a sprint race, starting at 39 contenders, 100% strength. We will go directly to qualification after leaving the others. Register some quick lap times. From a realism point of view, we are having a daylight acceleration in real time, so just 1 hour. Normal the rest, mechanical failure, scaled, considering the 1 hour race. This is the beauty of the track. I remember that Martin Brundle, when Formula 1 arrived here in 1994, said the track is absolutely beautiful. I can't wait to see the same track in the real size 101. Good British humor that generally I love. I would say, in my opinion, this track, apart from being far from any particular easy location and easy logistic transportation, to me is absolutely a joy to be driven. And the Japanese Super GT Championship 300 and 500, for what I remember, raced here around the years 2000, even if, as said, the track has had a difficult story, financially and not. For sure it's not easy to access this area, but I think that compared to the Grand Prix 2 version of the track, that was the only one I knew, this one made for GTR is for sure more capable to reproduce the real track. It's absolutely something very special that I like very much. So, my personal opinion, my personal taste, I hope you will like it, and let's go to accelerate the qualification and then see the results, and in the qualified 2 we will try to score a decent lap time. And so it's time for the first session of qualification. Let's go to see lap times available as soon as they will score something. 27, 28, 24, wow. Offline I was running around 26 more or less, but I see quick lap times from, let's see the models. Oh yes, Nissan, Jaguar, Porsche. Well, I would hope for a P20, within P20 would be already almost a miracle today, because compared to the offline practice I did, they are running quicker. Maybe it's just the condition. 25 degrees the track and 16 the ambient, could be really this, because maybe tires suffer less, could be, and the grip goes up. Okay, 15 minutes left. So Nissan P3, good. The aim of this episode was to give a bit of points also for Nissan, that is currently struggling with the classification from a manufacturer point of view. And in P10 I see anyway 5 Nissans, 2 Mazdas, 1 Porsche, 1 Jaguar, 1 Toyota. Well balanced, I would say. From the 23.1 down to the last Group C or GTP, 29. So I would be happy to more or less classify myself here. Let me see the other. They are not running to Johnny O'Connell. They are not running. Maybe not yet, maybe. Okay, no problem. We take the Nissan NP35 setup I've prepared. It was for the race, so no 100 liters, sorry. I go down to 11, so it should be enough. This is the page 1. Nothing to say, if maybe just differential. From a power point of view, I needed to corner more with the rear end, and instead while braking I had almost to block 3/4 to avoid the rear end to swing. Soft compounds, it's okay. Wings 6 out of 12 behind, rear wing. the splitter instead. At the maximum I need a lot of... The car has a huge tendency to be very understeering, and maybe it is made on purpose from the programmers and the developers that tried this mod, because the car anyway raced just once at Mine circuit, year 92, 93, don't remember, and then was demised because of the demise of the Group C of the All Japan Sports Prototype Championship in Japan. There was also 1 year after the demise of the Camel GTP IMSA Championship. I mean, was everything against the prototypes at that point, and nothing. So the car maybe is a sort of undone car and not a refined car, so has a strong tendency to understeer. And you will see also at the front that I'm using almost half of the regulations for fast and slow bumpers and rebounder at the front, and 1/3 at the back, because I'm trying to force the car to corner, because she is not corner. Another thing that I have discovered, and this maybe will cause me to drive very cautiously in the race, is that the chassis is very fragile. Every time you touch something or some other car, the first thing that happens is that you break the front splitter. That is almost the front wing, if you can call it so. And so this brings another level of difficulty, an added level of difficulty to this monster, because apart from a car setup, as said, I would say from softer to stiffer. At the front I am half in the position. In the rear end, from softer to stiffer, I am in the first 30% of the softness. Differently from modern cars, where usually I tend to block almost 100% the front end and keep very soft the rear end. But you will see this car is particular to drive. So nothing, sorry, I've lost a bit of minutes, 11 minutes left. Let's go on track, and I will try one single shot qualification. Okay, welcome on board. In the warm-up lap, maybe I will do 2 laps to warm up tires properly. It's not heavy to drive the car, not heavier than others, I mean. What a pity that we didn't see for real in our real life the final evolution for prototypes. Thanks to Uncle Bernie Ecclestone, that did everything he could to sell Formula 1 product and demise the World Sports Car Championship. Oops. With silly regulations to bring down manufacturers in Formula 1. I will never stop to repeat this disgusting story. Now finally, after 30 years, we maybe are witnessing a newborn for the Phoenix prototypes category. But tires are not cold, are still cold, not warmed up enough, so we'll keep some strange lines, don't worry, the next lap will be more professional. Despite deselecting the visible front windshield, there are some strange effects, but much appreciated on the windscreen. These strange grey shades, but let's go. Already a GT in front, let's see if we will give up the lap. The Toyota Supra, the Tin Tons. Let's see if the one driven by Philippe Alliot or by Pierre-Henri Raffanel is 37, so Raffanel Leto. Let's keep anyway the lap as a reference. I'm not going to push too much. And another thing I'm noticing is that with a low load of fuel, the car behaves differently from the full load of 100 liters. So much more nervous without fuel. Almost lost the car. The quickest. Oof. I want to see the replay. Almost blocking the rear end. Half a second quicker than before. Lost a lot of momentum here. Slow Toyota in the middle of the road. Bit of slipstream. Oh, thank you. They did brake to let me pass. Let me see the car. I show you that, I mean, this one was a, thank you, a great hit. But the splitter and the rear wing are both gone with just, I mean, was strong, but believe me, even when you just do the same crash with less difference of speed between the one in front of you, the first thing that goes away is the splitter. Anyway, I am okay with the P19 more than I have expected. I'm going to raise up a bit the volume of the radio, and that's it. So yes, let's go accelerated time for the first session, and we keep the P19. I was just wondering if O'Connell, no, with the other Nissan P35, that is the not specific, this model is not the specific for the All Japan Sport Prototype Championship. So the first accelerated session is okay. We can maybe save the game. Go to qualify 2. Yes. Accelerate, and in the options I think that the audio can be speech volume. Maybe we're up to the 50% at least to listen properly the engineer. Let's see if anything is going to change, but I'm happy with the P19 as said. The lap time is 26.3, yes, my average here and there. Nothing special really. The only thing I've noticed while the time is running up very quickly is that if I reload the original car setup with 100 liters, it can cover almost the full hour of what is the race, the sprint race we are going to race. If tires will hopefully keep their grip until the end, we can maybe try the gamble, doing one thing, not stopping, stay away from crashes, possibly also because this car without the splitter is undrivable, and as soon as you break the splitter is gone. So I want to avoid a pit stop to take advantage of the coverage of the 100 liters. Maybe also some other cars will do the same, maybe not. So maybe we can have an advantage at the end of the hour. But it's all about calculation, just because I've seen the setup covering more than 1 hour, and during offline practice with different temperatures, so could be also an issue in a different condition. Maybe tires can face a full race even using the soft compound. We will see. It's a compromise. Anyway, the qualifying session has finished, also the second one. We have a Nissan, a Jaguar, a Nissan in the first 3 positions, then Nissan, Porsche, Nissan, wow. Up to P10, good. We continue to have Mazda and Nissan dominating, apart from one Porsche and the Jaguar XJR14 of Jeff Krosnoff and Mauro Martini. That's good. Let's save again the game. Let's continue to race. For security reason, I will load again the car setup. Yes. So let's go on track. Temperatures are similar to the qualification. Okay, let's try it. Maybe we can do something good. And, sorry, P25, again the bug of GTR2. We were P19, yes, we finished P25, who knows why. And sorry, and O'Connell starts P7 with the same car. Okay, at this point, because I know I cannot win with this car, we can maybe grab some point here and there. At this point, I want to say the fight will be against Johnny O'Connell, nothing personal with Mr. O'Connell. Say hello to Mr. O'Connell, but at least having almost 20 positions more than O'Connell, the fight will be after 1 hour, at least arrive in front of him. And what the mess at the start, look how many GTs in between, will be a mess. There will be a lot of crashes, I suppose, or many slow down moments for everybody. The other GTs are at the back at least. And we are not lucky because the GT1 cars are starting from the back. In front we will have all the GT3s. I don't know if the bug is more about enjoyment and fun or just mess. Anyway, good luck. Yes, it's really P25. Nothing. From now onwards, when I remember to do it, the pace lap will be driven and I will shut up. But I will keep in the background the national anthem about the country that is hosting us. So in the background you will listen to the Japanese national anthem that we listen with a lot of silence and respect, saying arigato to all the Japanese people. They made a wonderful, beautiful country. So thank you for being so special. So it is checking front and rear wings after the touch. They're very fragile. It's green flag, the radio is not high enough. Next time. I've seen my splitter fly away. P23 already. Almost where we should have started. Hey boys. Sorry for being so worried about touching here and there, but believe me, once you lose the splitter, the car is undrivable and needs a pit stop. Okay, maybe one more and then the GTs are gone. Did you see the Mazda white in front? Clashing with the Kunimitsu Honda NSX GT3 P11. Obviously I will not fight too much with the quicker cars, because really this Nissan NP35, despite being a reproduction of the model specific for the All Japan Sport prototypes, it's not a winning car, unluckily. So down to P12 is okay. The hunt for O'Connell is still the main target. No, no, don't touch the wall. Yes. Stupid Marco. Down to P17. Also because tires are not warming up as they did in the qualification, despite the major weight added. Looking sneak, yes, because the Toyota also is suffering. So the lead, in the lead there is Geoff Lees with the Toyota TS010. I do not see yet the rest of the classification. trying also to be as smooth as possible with tires management, because I don't want to arrive to the end to be then reprised by everybody because I've used too much rubber. The pace is 128. Not bad, not good. An average Italian performance. The good news is there is a Toyota struggling here in front. And she's doing a sort of bottleneck that I cannot squeeze inside. Maybe here, at the last moment. Yes, I like it. And if I can get rid of this train, then there is open air and free track in front. Obviously, being an undone car, a not refined and completely developed car, vice versa was at the beginning. The first race at the circuit in Mine. This car was the slowest Group C prototype available, had reliability issues. From a performance point of view, was absolutely the slowest, but obviously was a new beginning. Who knows what could have been that era of prototypes? We will never know. I said thanks to Bernie Eccleston and his Puppy Boy F1 product. So the car technically was more than good, a 12 cylinders naturally aspirated, .5 liters, so perfectly arranged as by new rulebook. Sorry, but we passed two cars. Surprisingly, they had a bit of struggle, and this car is particularly slow. The Anscarfouche, yes, they are struggle, luckily. So P12 back, hunting for P10 at least. Terada Iorino is the next car. someone out in sector 1, let's see who. Oh, there is a Honda NSX GT, lost, I don't know, 1 or 3. If it was a retirement or something else. O'Connell 6th, my teammate, absolutely stunning despite not running the qualification. So who knows what could have been the World Sports Car Championship without the demise of Group C, GTPs and so on. It's true we would have never seen a World Sports Car Barchettas open top types, that's true, in the mid-90s. Hey baby, you are overlapped. Philippe Alliot. Outside, yes. And let me spend some words about this track. First time I've seen it was in television, on television, for the Pacific Grand Prix, Formula 1 94. 2 years later arrived the game, Microprose Grand Prix 2, and I must admit I was struggling here than anywhere else. Never won or made a pole position or whatever at the TI Aida back then called. If you tried this track as the Okayama circuit in Gran Turismo, if it is there, I don't know. I do not remember it from up to Gran Turismo 6, and I've not purchased yet the PlayStation 4 and 5, so I don't know on Gran Turismo 7 if the Okayama International Circuit is available or not. Anyway, this is my first time together with you on this track on a race day, and I find it, compared to the GP2 version, absolutely stunning racing here. I do remember the first comment of Martin Brundle, 1994, racing for McLaren, saying yes, the track is absolutely beautiful, apart from accessing the area that is logistically a nonsense. And the track is beautiful. When are we going to see the 101 scale of this beauty? I mean, maybe for a Formula 1 was too slow, too tiny. Maybe too driven without possibilities of passing. And as said, despite not being part of the World Sports Car Championship or of the All Japan Sports Prototype Championships had from 82 to 92, in my opinion, it's absolutely beautiful to race here. You never have a bit of breath. You have a lot of corners. That reminds me Indianapolis 1 and Indianapolis 2 of Le Mans, because they are banked. Just one main straight to try a pass. And so you have to build up your pass corner by corner to arrive to the main straight or the back straight, or like here trying to brake later, but if they are strong on brakes, you are defeated. And this is anyway the Mazda MX-R01 V10 JUD naturally aspirated powered, the same engine we would have seen in Formula 1 with the Leighton house and with the Scuderia Italia made by Dallara. This is risky but very good because I took advantage of the traffic. Wow, and again, so the Mazda now has two cars slower to pass. That was a very lucky move. Bit of understeer starting to appear. Tires are not reaching the cliff. And I'm 8 seconds far from my teammate O'Connell with the other Nissan P35, so the original model that Nissan asked the electro active race team was already running Nissans in America. Sorry, electro automotive. I don't remember the name. Anyway, all the winning Nissans in US did race thanks to management of this team. And differently from Monza, sorry, I was thinking also that this track asks you to slide here and there everywhere. Beautiful. And so yes, the Nissan Japanese giant asked this team to develop initially this car. At the beginning they didn't have the know-how and the devices, machineries to produce entirely since the beginning a chassis made in carbon fiber. They used aluminum to start development. While Nissan was working on the engine, a new concept, because Nissan in US has been famous for V6 turbo-charged units. For what I remember, up to a certain point there was the doubt of using the V6 turbocharged already winning in US or developing also for the US market, racing market, the V6, sorry, the V12 naturally aspirated. Then the choice was for the V12 naturally aspirated. What a great engine, what a pity for not having these units This is another lapped car. Yes, Atkinson Donnelly. It's the Nissan in front. So we are almost overlapping already two prototypes, maybe the slowest available today. A bit long. So who knows what a winning car could have been, this beauty. Said the demise of Group C and IMSA GTP, the turmoils, financially speaking, for Nissan at home. So the decision, to abandon the program after just one race in Japan, while instead in US not even a single race, just testing Mid-Ohio and I don't remember in which other venue. Sorry, I had to solve a problem. Oh yes. Stupid. Me, not the driver. And if you remember, after these turmoils for Nissan, Renault Group acquired an important share on Nissan, and for many years following the Renault Group had many materials oops, no. Tell me that the splitter, suspension broken just for this touch. Did you see? Let's see if we can continue. Half of the race, not a good moment to break a suspension. But I said the minimum touch with the others creates total breakover of this car. It's very fragile. There is something in the files that tends to create a very fragile car. Okay, this is a Connell. It's lowered down by so it's just a fight between O'Connell and Terada Yorino white colored with the Mazda. And the suspension doesn't work anymore. Cannot force so much. Now the thing is, or go to the pit and repair the car and give away one lap at least, or understand if with this pace I can anyway think to go to the end. Don't want to stop because it would completely screw my strategy, but at least half a lap already lost between spins and problems. Yes, definitely right corners are more difficult than left ones. Another silly risk. well, between traffic and so on, at least O'Connell is not flying away, so my target remains a teammate. Another left car, another Nissan. What has happened? What a sneaky move. Also because, again, Terada Yorino are here, struggling to pass an older Mazda. So it could be a P9. While in the lead, Brabham Forbes Robinson, I think with a Nissan GTP, did the quickest lap. I've noticed just now the purple color. Marco. I like it. This time I did choose the right line, but they are in the back. It's P9 in 4 seconds, 0.9, but let's see if we can catch them. 27 minutes to go. I've seen an Exxon Donnelly. So it's another Nissan suffering, maybe, because they are losing in front. Blue, red and white colored. Too aggressive. Stay very far from the outside curb of this last corner, because with the broken suspension I don't want to see again the spin of the previous tentative to take advantage of all the space available. I'm sweating. It's not a hot day night here in Italy, north of Italy. Don't know what I'm going to do this summer to record races. Don't touch the others. Don't touch the other, Marco. Okay, here we are. This is an overlapped Porsche. This is the couple Exxon. Don't do it. Lost the momentum. I was fearing to break the splitter. Also, the entity of the broken suspension is not clear to me, apart from the 95 seconds that always come out when you break a suspension here in GTR2 Power and Glory. Almost 20 minutes to go. They are very slow. Maybe we can sneak inside. Yes, 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 yes. Yes. They will counter-attack internally. Maybe. No, they don't have the grip. Good. They have more speed here, but if I exit quick enough, very long. Bad choice to do 4th gear, 6th gear to save a bit the engine. Luckily they are too powerful and too quick for this embryonal V12 naturally aspirated. They clash with the Honda NSX. Let's hope to not do the same good. Here. Too optimistic. Don't do it again. And also I don't know if it is made on purpose or not, but it's an engine that, despite being a V12 naturally aspirated, as a sort of leg at low RPM. So you have a bit of torque, yes, but even if you put the throttle to the floor, it doesn't come alive very quickly. Sounds more almost a turbo engine, first generation with a lot of lag. Especially here at Okayama International Circuit, you feel it massively, this lack of quick response, or maybe it was just a guy. Luckily they blocked those X downhill. Now, P8, unbelievable. I wanted to help Nissan to get more points, but I was not thinking to do it with this car. I mean, we are in the lead lap, 21 seconds from the leaders, but maybe we will never catch them. Even if they are running 129. Another risky move, Marco. And Winter Pescarolo is the Porsche we have now in front, the Black Punt sponsored. I would have never imagined with an almost embryonal Nissan, never raced but once, to challenge Monsieur Pescarolo. Let's try to not screw up anything, but if they struggle, this is Bailey with Blundell, so it's P7, and with the concrete possibility to challenge also another Nissan. Yes. Oh, what a bad pass. Oh my god. You're overlapped, come on. P6. Sorry, we passed. Oh no, yes, Blundell, Bailey. Full sitters together with Brancatelli at Le Mans 1990. 3/4 of race gone. Okay, let me breathe. It's like running in Monaco, Monte Carlo. This time I've been completely distracted. Another train, and this Nissan is the XT3, is Doc Bundy, Forbes Robinson. Let's stay calm because there is a mess, believe me. They are doing a stupid battle. Don't spin. Okay, tires are starting to slide here and there, so I don't want to take any more mega risks because I don't have any more the grip to do silly things. I did already too much today, given my skills and given the car. I don't believe the purple car in front after the red one is P4, Jeff Krosnoff, Mauro Martini, the Jaguar XJR14. Don't know if I will succeed on passing them because I don't have any more the grip like I had at the beginning, but the car is lighter, obviously now. Okay, the coverage for the fuel is okay. Well, if they struggle, I go. Now the top speed is deficit. This will be named iKeysRacing Corner. For all the passes we did today, iKeysRacing Community Corner. It's a P4, 7 seconds from Earl Millen. I don't not remember which car they are driving, sorry. If a Porsche or if a Nissan. While in the meantime, O'Connell went away, down in the classification. Here there's a bit of smoke, dust. You know what? Overlapped cars are causing this tremendous lack of pace for many prototypes that were leading. Look, despite the aggression as real, they struggle to this thing. P3, guys, podium. We are quicker to pass overlapped cars than the AI today. I did read about the tendency of GTR2 to slow down leaders close to the end of the race. That has been found in an article from Sela, GTR2 secrets and so on, and in some way justified some results I've been witness of. There are 4 cars battling for. Yes, because Morton Forbes Robinson is the other Nissan. How many Nissan today? Running very well in qualification, now struggling for the overpassing required for overlapped cars. I cannot believe it. And reliability is still 99% here on the right, like it was at the beginning. Soft tires are more or less keeping the pace. And yes, look, the leaders 130. As 128. But yes, they are following some slow cars. Maybe everybody is slowing down because of tires. And so the effect of the slow GTs is amplified. It was the spice I wanted to I was placing the reverse. Guys, if I'm not wrong, no, 12 seconds, no, too far. Because Brabham Forbes Robinson is another Nissan, I was thinking, wow, they are already in front of us, but wasn't the case. Anyway, it's not excluded to win this race. Because 12 seconds, ah yes, did you see? No, 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 no. I was looking in the mirror to see what was going on between the Honda NSX and the other Nissan. Stupid Marco. Now 14 seconds. If they have free space, I will never reach them in 6 minutes. 6 minutes are 3 laps, more or less. Unless they find another train of slow cars, or I will find them. Let's keep an eye on the lap time. I was saying it's not excluded to win this race. They're running. I don't know how we'll race 4 hours with this force feedback for the Le Mans. Whatever the final result, I must say, harnessing the behavior of this, sorry, I've lost the voice, the behavior of this Nissan, I would say embryonal prototype, has been already a success. Because when you take the car with the car setup preloaded, it's almost undrivable, especially on a wet surface. I usually take advantage of Le Mans as a racetrack for making car setups with a car that I don't know. Then when I come to the real circuit, I do just fine-tune gears ratio, wings, but at Le Mans at least I can try every possible type of corner, from harnage at 50 kilometers per hour to the one straight of the Grenadier. And when I have a balance at Le Mans, I then try to fine-tune the overall balance for the track subject of the episode we are going to run. Steering, tires are gone. Oh yes. So maximum care for the last lap that will happen in 1 minute. So who crosses the line now? We run in 33, we run in 28. Oh my goodness, without any more tires. 6 seconds from the victory, guys. One overlapped car. Now the time will finish. Maybe we will never see also the victory car. Anyway, a P2 would be already an incredible result for how things were turning out to be, starting from the back. Two stupid mistakes that made me lose at least half a minute. Yes, it's a bitter satisfaction arriving less than 10 seconds from the winning car, but I don't have any more time, space and grip to do differently than this. It Let me try to catch the winners. Oh, they are not slowing down. I mean, a Nissan winning, as with a hybrid thing second, Morton Robbins third, Earl Millen fourth. First 4 positions are won by a Nissan car. Wow. I wonder if also the Skyline arrived in front of all the GTs of today. Okay, no more race also because I finished my arms. No, I'm not sure I will ever succeed on running 4 hours. Le Mans is here. And I'm not using the pedals or Mozza or Fanatec pedals and steering wheel. Destroyed. 1 hour here, destroyed. Full of pain. And so very yes for real. Second position. It's absolutely an achievement, more from a lucky point of view for the choice not known before to add GT cars here. I'm not sure that without GTs I would have been helped so much to gain something more than a P10 today, but we did it, definitely. So the David Brabham, Forbes Robinson Nissan R90CK wins in 1 hour and 10 seconds as second. Then Morton Robinson, Earl Millen, as said, 4 Nissans, Jaguar Krosnov Martini, Bailey Blandell, Exxon Donnelly, other 2 Nissans, Terada Yorino Mazda, Ansgar Fouché, first Toyota, and then Doc Bundy and Forbes Robinson closing the top 10 with the Nissan ZX-T. Porsches no points today. Wow, given the starting situation after 2 races, the championship is becoming quite interesting. And how quick are the Nissans, but I fear that having removed the balance of performance, balance of presence of the My FIA Mafia organization, I think that I've to show you more liveries. I mean, maybe I've removed the most winning Porsches for the less winning Porsches, I fear. Whatever. GT, Honda, Toyota, Honda, Nissan Skyline arrived 5th. Strange that a GT3 Honda NSX has won its category, even if we are not counting these points, but I would say maybe just because they started at the beginning of the field, the starting field, they have been helped a lot to have so much space in between. I didn't see the best laps. Let's go to see where we were. So in the best condition, the winning car had 8 seconds of advantage with free road available. No, sorry, I'm cooked. They did run 125.2, our best has been 26.7, so yes, anyway, in the best condition we were 1.5 seconds slower, like more or less in the qualification. If I could have pulled out everything from the car. And I would say 0.5 seconds quicker than Johnny O'Connell, that I didn't see where finished, P20, 2 laps down, okay. What else? No, I was thinking fair performance, we could have been slower or quicker than our teammate. I don't know if the car is exactly the same, because the Nippon P35 raced for real. So I suppose that the setup of the car is considering this fact, because had at least the comparison with the other cars, other manufacturers. Johnny O'Connell with the P35 never raced, just tested. I hope it is considered, if not with the same performance, at least a bit less. But despite clinching a second placement with a car slower 1 second overall, at least, I was wondering if the Nissan of Robinson did a pit, because I've not seen. I was thinking that strategy to not stop in 1 hour could have been the right choice, but because the tire wearing and fuel consumption was normal as for everybody, I wanted to try this different setup than the 2 times more tried in the previous 2 races. Anyway, they didn't stop, so overall we finished very close, but just because they have been slower down by overlapped cars. So maybe in the next appointment there will be Tsukuba. Maybe we will try, and we will have to try a reduced field, and so just prototypes around. We will see, because at Suzuka without GTs, prototypes were dominant and we won. But again, there was this strange GTR2, if not bug, tendency to slow down leaders at the end. That makes sense from a historic point of view, but seems to affect more the AI than us from a tire consumption. And at the end, tires reached the cliff and the loss of performance at the end of the race, not before. We were doing 3 or 4 laps more. So maybe the next time we will introduce again the 2 times factor wearing and consuming fuel. So it will be a sprint race, but at least with 1 pit stop, and maybe will affect also the performances. And nothing. I'm happy. Are you happy? I don't know. We did see a great car. Who knows in reality what could have been. We did see Nissan scoring points here and there. Good. Glasses. It has been a pleasure and an honor to race here in Japan on the Okayama International Circuit. To me, absolutely beautiful, at the level of Suzuka or Autopolis. As said, reminds me, some corners reminds me Indianapolis 1 and 2 at Le Mans, because they are banked. You have to be very precise and exit, taking advantage of the banking. Yes, maybe more passes than needed, than acceptable from a real point of view, just because there were slower cars in between. We will see. Maybe we will do a race with GTs, a race without, and at the end of the season we will understand something more. Also because we are approaching the half of the season. Race number 3 done. The next one in June will be at the Tsukuba circuit, and then by July we will do the 5th episode, August the 6th. In September we will finish the championship. It will be the shortest championship here, apart from the prologue of the Indy Racing League 96. And I hope you did enjoy it. The car is very nice to be driven. Try the setup if you like, because the stock setup coming out from the car, from the mod, to me was undrivable. Maybe it's just me, I'm just a lemon and that's it. But once I found the way to work around the understeering huge attitude that this car has, I would say nice. Maybe I could have raised up a bit the rear end more and have more and more front end grip, but I was fearing by the end of the race to face a very slippery rear end, and because I'm not a professional driver, I didn't want to screw up the race. Also because yes, we could have won without my mistakes easily. So maybe next time we will increase the grip or the percentage of strongness of the contenders. And anyway, it's very hard to race here, in my opinion. It's a racetrack long enough to give you breath just on the main straight, the back straight, the longest one. But then you are continuing driving, braking, accelerating, doing the telegraph on the throttle. It's a mess race here, and nice but hard. So if you want to try also with a tourism car the first time, I think it is worth the tentative. And so again, thank you very much. We'll follow the classification updated. See you in the next episode of iKeysRacing. Arigato, 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 arigato. Thank you very much. Obrigado. Muchas gracias. Merci beaucoup. Dankeschön e grazie for everything. As always, stay into keen racing. Stay very well. Best wishes to you all. And see you soon on iKeysRacing YouTube channel community. Ciao. Bye bye from Monza and from Okayama International Circuit. Thank you. Bye. Ciao.